I'm Madelynn Schlup. I'm a junior at Spearfish High School. I wrestled 114 this year, and the season went pretty well for me. I ended up getting injured throughout the middle of the season. I got a concussion and then a few injuries on top of that, but I did pretty good at state, I would say. I really didn't think I was going to place, but then I ended up getting 8th. I'm pretty proud of that. But the season went pretty good. Everyone else did really good. I'm proud of everyone on my team. They put in great effort.
I'm Candice Matsuda. I wrestle at 120 pounds, and I'm a sophomore at Spearfish High School. For state, I ended up placing 3rd, and I was pretty happy with it. My goal was to place in the top 5, and so I kind of exceeded that, and that made me happy to see the hard work and stuff that I put in during the season and that everybody else had helped me with just to come into fruition. So that was really cool. It was also really nice to see how everybody else had improved over the course of the season and just put it all into one last final go, I guess. It was a really cool experience, and I'm really grateful to have been able to wrestle at state this year, just because last year I got injured right before then. So that was really nice.
I'm Mathilde Matsuda. I wrestle at the 126-pound weight class, and I'm a sophomore at Spearfish High School. For me, state did not go exactly as I wanted it to. I didn't wrestle my best, but you learn a lot more from your losses than you do your wins, and I'm going to use it as motivation to just get better in the off-season and for next year. Overall, I'm really glad we got a lot of the girls to go to state this year. It was a fun tournament. I'm glad to see how well the other girls did too. I'm especially proud of my sister because she did really well. And so yeah, I think overall throughout the season it went well, and I'm really glad to have been wrestling.
Hi, I'm Marlee Heltzel, and I wrestle for the Spearfish girls wrestling program at 185 pounds. And this year at state I got 5th place. It was really exciting to place that high, since last year I only placed 7th, and it was exciting to see everybody learn this year and watch myself learn too. Coaches really helped me out and gave me advice and on how to beat people and different strategies to use. I want to give a huge thank you to my coaches and my teammates for helping me out and learn throughout the season.
Joel Martin, Spearfish High School girls wrestling coach. We just finished up the state tournament down in Sioux Falls this past weekend. Did fairly well. We ended up placing 12th as a team out of about, I think, 62, 63 teams. So not bad for the young group of girls that we had. We ended up taking 7 girls, 7 out of our 9. 2 of them didn't make it. They were really close making it. We didn't have a regional qualifier. That's in the cards for next season. And so they were seeded, and the 2 didn't make it. Out of the 7 we took, we ended up placing 4 girls. Our first placer was Madelynn Schlup. She's a junior. She ended up in 8th place, 2nd year in a row. She's been all state for us. Had a great tournament. I would say at 114 pounds was probably one of the toughest weight classes in the state, because there was some movement from some of the other girls that came down during the season. So for her to drop in that 8th place was phenomenal. And she's one of the leaders on our team, one of our captains, and it was great to see her get that 8th place. At 120 pounds, Candice Matsuda, she was in 3rd place. Candice she also had just a fantastic tournament. She was actually seeded 4th, and she wrestled the number 1 girl in the semifinals, took her down right away, had a lead on her after the first period. The other girl ended up prevailing over her, but Candice gave her a great match, and that girl has done a lot of national stuff, and so it was good to see Candice compete with that, and then she came all the way back, won her next 2 matches, got 3rd place, and had out of our girls probably one of the better performances. Her sister Mathilde Matsuda at 126 pounds, she ended up in 6th. She had a couple of tough matches, ended up in the semis, ended up losing there, and lost her next couple of matches, but each match they were close. I think it was 1 point, 2 point, 1 point. So for her to stick in there, was great. And her and Candice were also 2 captains for us as well. Our 4th placer was Marlee Heltzel. She ended up in 5th place. She was actually seated 9th. And ended up upsetting beating the number 4 seed during the tournament and the number 8 seed. So that was great to see her do that. She ended up in 7th last year, so she improved by 2 spots. And she's only an 8th grader, so we've got a bunch of years left with her. And again, she wrestled great. We knew she was probably should have been seated a little higher, so she kind of proved to everybody that that's where she belonged. And again, that's her 2nd year of All-State. She was All-State last year as a 7th grader, a placer. So, we got 4 years left to her of looking to get improving and getting better. We also had 3 other girls that we brought with. Haven Baker at 107 pounds was really close to placing. She lost in the blood round, was beating a girl, and with short time left, ended up getting beat at the end of the match. Kind of a little heartbreaker for her, but at 132 pounds, Makita Razor, she went 0-2, but the week before state, she ended up spraining her ankle pretty bad. It was kind of it was a high ankle sprain, and we thought there's probably no way she was going to end up competing. But if you know Makita, you can't stop her. And she's one of those girls that's just like you could take her leg off and she'd probably keep wrestling, but. She gutted it out, and we did some therapy on it. And we taped that thing up, and she went out there limping, but she wrestled 2 matches, and I was super proud of how she just went and did it. She wanted to wrestle, and my hat was off to her, and that just shows kind of the grit that a lot of our girls have on our team, which is pretty fun to work with. Also at 145 pounds, Kimberlyn Heiser. Also lost in the blood round, and Kim's come a long ways since last year. I think last year she maybe won just a handful of matches, 4 or 5, 6 matches, and this year comes all the way and is 1 match away from placing in the state tournament. So her improvement this year was remarkable, and she ended up beating a girl from Sturgis that had beat her previously to keep going, and then, like I said, lost in the blood round. But man, what a great performance by her. And she's just really improved throughout her. And she also has a twin sister, Jillian, who just was right on the outside of qualifying for the state tournament. And again, both those 2 have just done a tremendous job. But overall, I thought we had a good tournament. We're young. We don't graduate anybody. Madelyn's a junior. All the rest of the girls are sophomores and freshmen and 8th grader. So we're, our future looks pretty bright, I think. And even starting next week, we're going to start doing some off-season workouts, and there's plenty of opportunities for the girls to get better over the summer, and hopefully next year we come back and we get ourselves in that top 6 and put our whole team on the podium again next year.